Mail. Good morning, everybody. You're tuned to Computers 2K Now on the Nissan Communications Network. I'm Amnon, your host for the next hour, along with Spence.
Good day, mate. Thanks for that.
Good morning.
That was good.
And Katie's here.
Good morning.
Good morning. And Nick is here.
Hello, I'm also here.
And Gal is here.
Good morning.
Good morning. My number is 561-518-9773, and today's show is made possible by vMix Software and is sponsored by Tom Sinclair of Live Streaming Gear. So, what's new?
Microsoft strikes again.
What happened now?
What, they blow up Iran? They strike?
Yeah, they did. They put out another update that crashed Outlook. And the workaround, unbelievably, is to tell you to move all your Outlook files out of the cloud to local to get it to work, sort of. I have a
Okay,
former
so
customer is pulling his hair out now.
it crashed Outlook 365, not the local.
No, traditional Outlook.
Really?
This is I specifically set this machine up with a local ID, no cloud service. That app isn't even there. I mean, it might put it back on there, but it isn't running. And you just have to constantly reset the machine because it just loses file paths and just unbelievable. And they're working on a fix, but it's not there yet.
There was another story that I have here about Outlook. It says Microsoft is investigating a known issue that causes the mouse pointer to disappear in the classic Outlook desktop email client for some users. This bug has been acknowledged almost 2 months after the first report started surfacing online, with users saying that Outlook became unusable after the mouse pointer vanished while using the app. Microsoft explained in a recent support document that the mouse pointer, and in some cases the cursor, I don't understand the difference between them, will suddenly vanish as users move it across Outlook interface.
Why just Outlook?
I don't know. When using classic Outlook, you may find that the mouse pointer or mouse cursor disappears as you move the pointer over the Outlook interface, they say. Although the mouse pointer is not there, the email in the message list will change color as you hover over it. This
so
issue...
it's like a scavenger hunt. This is good. You're like blindly trying to find your email.
It's a unique screensaver.
Spence, here's the answer. This issue has also been reported with OneNote and other Microsoft 365 apps to a lesser degree. So it was in others also.
Yeah. The article that I read said that PowerPoint was not affected. And this is with traditional Office, one-time license, one-time purchase.
The desktop, they call it, yeah.
This poor guy's been talking about retiring for a while, and he keeps saying, anytime. And it's like, you're just going to have to keep dealing with these things until you finally retire, and you don't have to worry about this anymore. He has one of the most complicated file systems in Outlook because that's where he keeps all of his customers as separate folders in Outlook.
Ah, perfect.
So,
time to get a CRM.
Or retire.
Yeah, that's a good point. Or God's probably more accurate.
Yeah. I needle him about it now. It's like first line in an email. Retired yet?
There was a story last week that I never got into that said that it's a Chinese app that's called "Are You Dead Yet?" And no, "Are You Dead?" They told them to take it off of all the Play Store and whatever, but all it did, they said that it wasn't targeted toward older people. It was targeted to the people that are working from home and never go out. People like, and all it'll do,
People like me. Yeah.
what?
Nothing. Go ahead.
And all it'll do is it'll send an email and say, "Are you dead?" once a day or twice a day, whatever you set it up to. And if you didn't answer, then the person that's
Emergency contact. Yeah, I see.
Oh,
Sends
boy.
an email to an emergency contact.
it's amazing.
So it's the old days of like the kill switch, no pun intended.
Yeah.
All they needed there was a name change. Just call it.
Are you alive? Not are
yeah,
you dead?
And yeah, you're
remember
saying
Amnon? Remember caffeine?
caffeine?
App caffeine. It was called. It
Hmm.
was a
No.
app that you put on that would simulate a mouse movement every
What do
3
you mean?
minutes. So
What do
that
you
your
mean was? It's one of the most popular apps
Yeah.
still in
Yes.
use.
Oh, I used it all the time because I working at home, but there was a mandatory security security lock the PC after so many minutes. And I just said,
Oh.
can't deal with this. It was just crazy. It was like 5 minutes.
Okay, so I like this. First of all, there's two solutions for Windows. Okay, there is an open source caffeine alternative, but there's no need because Microsoft's own Power Toys includes Awake, which is
Oh,
icon
really?
is a coffee cup,
Hmm.
and it's on by default when you install Power Toys. So that's number one. Second, the easiest hack in the world today is just open a browser tab, search for silence 24 hours or something like that, and just play a YouTube video. Once a video is played on a tab, it remains, the computer doesn't go to sleep.
Hmm.
The easiest thing in the world to keep a computer open, no need to install anything, especially if you don't have, admin rights on a machine or whatever. So, yeah.
Well, this was over 10 years ago.
Yeah, no, I remember more.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think.
Have
Yeah,
you
caffeine.
Gal, have you ever used any of they sell like the little USB dongles that simulate a mouse jiggler? Have you ever used one of those?
No, I never needed to cheat in any way.
No,
so.
I just was curious if you'd ever used one. I'm curious.
No, I mean
like,
those are
how
actually
that works.
using for cheating because they just input
Yeah.
random HID, human interface device signals, right? So, yeah.
There was an app that I was using years ago when we started streaming and I was testing different machines. It was an extension to the browser. It's something auto reload, tab reload, something like that.
Yeah.
And you put it
Still
on,
exists.
and every minute or 2 or 3, it'll reload, and that
Refresh.
keeps it up also, I guess, because it never went to sleep. But I don't know if I set it up not to go to sleep back then.
Yeah, I think it'll actually go to sleep with these because the browser can continue to do activation. It doesn't simulate input.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I've got a quick question for you,
No.
Gal. If it's a question, no. Wondering if you've seen this. Do you use the Plex mobile app at all?
Yeah, all the time.
Have you? I've got this weird issue as of late, where I cannot view any of my I haven't done any research on this. I just don't know if you've read or anything. I can't view any of my libraries because it says my server is out of date. Have you read or had anybody reach out to you about that?
No, but
No,
because my
interesting.
servers are always up to date,
Well,
but
mine is also up to date. It says I need version 1.41.2, and I'm well past that. I'm in the 42s
And
already.
uninstalling and reinstalling the
I have
app
not
itself?
tried. I haven't tried that yet. I haven't really looked at it, but I see the same thing with every other, or with some other servers as well.
Yeah,
For
it
well,
sounds like the
actually
client is
yours
buggy.
yours actually is fine. Something with mine, which is interesting.
Yeah, maybe. No, I haven't encountered anything like that.
Yeah, it's odd.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oops, sorry. Clicked the wrong. Yeah, I've been playing with AI models, trying to do different things
So am
as
I.
of late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is your what's your
So
objective? What is your goal? What are you trying to do?
at work, we use Cursor and Gemini.
Okay.
Those are hooked up to, in those, we can ingest our internal proprietary stuff without risk, at least legally, right? Like all of the agreements are in place. So it's it's impressive as hell. I I used Cursor to generate like documentation and training material in text form on a huge code base that we're working with. And then I fed that into Gemini's Notebook LM. And that that creates like first of all, it creates like an interactive space where you can converse with the LLM and ask questions and have it answer. But on top of that, it has content generation features, so it can create something akin an audio podcast about the topic.
Mm-hmm.
And oh man, that thing is wild. First of all, I have no idea where it got 50% of what it told, because I'm pretty sure it wasn't in the content that I fed it, because I just gave it a bunch of text files and it filled in the gaps spectacularly. There's also very interesting failure points, right? Which are just, just like stupid mistakes that okay, this is an LLM and not a human being, but those small mistakes is the only thing that gives it away. You hear two characters this conversing in a such a natural way on a topic that, let's put it this way, if you've put two human beings that know the subject and you put them in this setting, the conversation will feel forced, will feel unnatural, will feel very, very markety, if you know what I mean. Here, you get two machines, basically, right? Two characters driven by the machine, and it feels more human than anything else. They talk enthusiastically about the topic. Um, the cadence, the shift in tone. There's an interaction that sticks in my mind. It's like one character asks, the other character starts to answer, and there's an emphasis at the end of the sentence, and then the other character low-key just repeats the end of the sentence, like in acknowledgement. It's like something about about the conversation that flows so efficiently. It is scary as hell, but also exciting that I can get I can get the specific topic that I want in the quality that I want, rather fast. The entire the entire process took me less than 30 minutes of first guiding the LLM through how to build the content that I want drawing diagrams and all that. And then I get like this talk about it with a slide deck about it. And if the slide deck contains information that wasn't relevant, so just regenerate the slide deck with omitting these and adding this, or it's a game changer. It's clear. It's every single time I interact with it, I see how it improves, which is exponentially. And in generating code, it is today more proficient than it was, like substantially more proficient than it was 6 months ago. And so the 6 months before was substantial before. So I know I used to be a voice of this is not going to affect anything immediately. And clearly it is affecting, and it will affect, it's going to change the landscape completely.
Hmm.
It's a skill though. It cannot do anything on its own. It needs someone to manage it. So learning hasn't gone away, and it's just the skill set that is required today is more akin to a very experienced manager than to maybe somebody who knows how to write each line of code. You'll still need to know how to guide it through its mistakes, but you do not necessarily need to know how it does what it does, right? Uh, More like just managing another human being, which you do not know how he functions. You do not know how he thinks until he presents a result, right? And you can guide him through the mistakes he does. So, yeah,
Yeah.
So
fascinating.
I have a question. All that you've learned, how would I be able to apply it in like layman's, like without a lot of technical stuff?
Let's talk about what I think is going to be the best approach today, right? Um, what do you want to achieve? If what you want to achieve is to build an application that does something for you, I think first of all, you specifically, Katie, you've already gone through some of that experience today. If you download Cursor and you it already is built to orchestrate uh, an entire team, development team for you very, very, very quickly.
Really?
Yeah, so instead of you going to ChatGPT asking it a question, it gives you a piece of code. You go and you put it in your IDE and you ask it to run it. Uh, Today, you will just sit down with the chatbot built into the IDE Cursor provides you, and you'll start asking it questions. It'll generate the code. You'll ask it also. Part of the instructions will be not just build me the code, but also build the test suite, run the test suite, show me the results, right?
Mm.
And let me test it. And if it's hard, if it gives you uh, an annoying set of instructions to run the test, then you say, okay, automate that for me, so I can just run a command and I can test it. It'll open a browser within the IDE, if it's a web-based tool, and inside that browser you can guide it either to show you the testing, or you can guide it to say, you see this piece in the website, I want you to change that, I want this to behave differently, what's going on here, etc. There's a lot less friction in the process. The agent has a lot more access, and behaves a lot more like a human coding agent, a
So
human coding expert.
So say I want to build a browser game, like I don't know, like a kind of like a Legend of Zelda, maybe like a RPG or something. Could I use the cursor to work with it, and it would take a while, but to like build a game for the browser?
I believe you can. I believe it will be a lot easier than you even think.
So
Like
you
the
said,
frictions, the friction that you have in your mind because of your experience from the past 2 years of working with LLMs, because you haven't used Cursor yet, I can tell you 100% it'll blow your mind.
you use Claude and cursor. What's the difference?
I don't need Claude. I use Cursor.
Oh, I thought you said Claude.
No, we use Cursor and we use Gemini
Oh, Gemini.
for more, like ad hoc, open the website, ask him questions.
Ah,
That's what I use it for. Yeah.
so Cursor looks like I opened up the website, and granted,
Yeah.
I've kind of been out of the game for the AI stuff for maybe like
Right.
4 months, which doesn't sound like a long time, but
Oh, it's a long time. Yeah.
everything changes so fast. So I haven't been keeping up with it. And so it sounds like Cursor, it looks like maybe it's the next evolution of AI.
Well, not actually. It's not the next. It's one or two, or maybe even 3 beats behind.
Really?
But it's the most convenient entry point at this point for specifically code generation, right? For creating code, for testing code, for working with programming, right? Uh, if you have, so here's where it is completely changing the landscape. Once you get a single person proficient in how to run Cursor inside your organization, and you have it hooked up to the data inside your organization, right? Which is what most people are worried about. The way Cursor works in terms of the legal agreement and all that, it seems like it's okay with a lot of organization to trust them. And once you have that set up, then you can give Cursor the tasks of creating customized solution within your that's based on the stuff that you are actually working with. That's the revolution. You wouldn't have done that, especially not with the free versions of any of the LLMs, right? But with Cursor specifically, I'm not talking about the free version. I'm talking about those that you pay either the $20 or $60 a month. You will have it do work for you. Once you have a single person proficient enough in your organization to do that, and that requires, I don't know, anywhere between 20 to 200 hours of working the with the bot, with the environment, and you learn how to set it properly.
Wait, pause.
By the way, the way
I want to, it makes me laugh because you're training the bot, but the bot is training you on how to use it.
it's 2 ways. It's definitely 2 ways. You are gaining a skill, and that skill is called managing an LLM agent, right? So uh, because you need to learn what you can trust, and you need to learn what you can't trust, right? Where to expect failures. But that's the thing. The points where you expect failure, one of the things that you do is that you assign a sub agent to take care of that. And so after a few iterations of working through these, and you actually use Cursor to help you train itself. You're asking it question on how can I make sure that you do not do that again. And it tells you, you can create a sub agent, you create a rule, you create an environment that you work within, that at that point you just need to give it instructions, clear instructions on how to build whatever you want, and that spec will be filled and tested and presented, and more after it was provided. You can also say, okay, I see what you did here, but I want you to do something else there, and it'll go and change whatever you need. I've created a bunch of applications, one for personal use and one for work. It is mind blowing what I was able to do in a single day that would have, with my knowledge, which I mean, I have a few years of experience doing some stuff, writing some code. I'm not a coder myself. I write a lot of scripts my entire life, but even then, it's like what it gave me. It would have took me months to produce those.
And you're pretty fast too. Like when I needed help on trying to format some PDF documents, you just pulled up that command line and went bada, 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 and it did what you. That was impressive. Like I was blown away that you
Yeah,
were able to just do that.
I have a lot of knowledge, but I'm not really fast. But if it matches something that I've already known, then yeah, I might know how to do it, right? But
Yeah.
it doesn't mean like the what I'm doing with Cursor right now, I can give you or Amnon, which you guys, I take you as an example of people who haven't spent a lot of time doing any type of this development cycle process. Katie, you have done some amazing things with graphics designs and game design, but when it came to developing the software behind it, you were always lagging behind, right? You
Yeah.
take this, you have the knowledge of what you want, because if you were working with a colleague who does the programming, you would know what to ask them and what you want. You know how to speak about the screen in technical terms, or what is a relative location and what is an absolute location, right? You have the jargon, but you don't have the skill. And suddenly, when you sit down with that, you don't need the skill anymore, because this will take care of that skill part.
Hmm.
It
Well,
makes you a very skilled and very effective graphic designer, right? It just multiplies the power that you have at your tips.
well, I'm excited to give it a go. I'll test it. I don't know when I have time to test it, but I'm always looking for something to make my life easier. And that's how I look
Yeah.
at this AI stuff.
Yeah, it's fascinating. The moment they allowed us to use tools like that at work. I mean, it's clear, right? The company I work with, one of the things is powering AI. So using AI will definitely be part of that. But the moment we started using it I am not in the development team, right? I'm in the support team. So absolutely amazing.
All right. Let me do something here. Just a second.
The thing that I'm currently working on, Gal, which I think you'll find interesting, and I worked a little bit on it, and then YouTube made a major change to their the way that you can download their videos. So I've had to kind of go back. I watch a lot of government meetings, and it's a huge time suck because the meetings are long, 3-4 hours. So I'm currently in the process of training an AI bot to watch these meetings, highlight the things that I would be looking out for, I would deem important, and pull some video clips automatically. And that's been something I've been working on for the last little bit of time.
Cool.
Little bit on and off. Not I don't have the time to devote a lot to it, but every once in a while when I get a break, that's kind of what I'm working on.
So what do you use to do it?
So I've used a couple of different things. The snag right now is I'm having an issue even getting a model to watch the videos because of some recent changes that YouTube made. And then I'm using, I think it actually might be an OpenAI product. I think it's called Whisper. If I'm looking correctly, if I'm remembering correctly, it's the transcription part of the meeting, and then it is being fed into. I think I'm using Claude for the like language side of it. It's very piecemeal right now.
Okay, so YTDLP downloads the YouTube.
Yeah, but there's been some major changes that YouTube has recently, like within the last couple of weeks, they've made that have broken. I was using a fork of that did something more particular that I wanted. That fork is now broken, and the developer said he's not going to fix it. So I'm having to try and find a kind of a workaround for
Yeah.
that. So I'm back, essentially back at square one as of right now, but that's my eventual goal.
Yeah, and think about it, it makes sense that it's going to be harder and harder, because I'm guessing we're going to get more and more bots just scraping the web all the time, right?
Yeah.
Because now the layman would want their AI agent to also do that for them. So clearly it's going to get harder. I'm thinking it's not going to go away. It's just going to be more expensive. So eventually, there'll be a solution. It's just going to be more expensive. I mean, while it's risky, have you tried OpenClaw?
I've never heard of OpenClaw.
Okay, so OpenClaw is an orchestration LLM bot that has practically a LLM bot agent, right? So like has practically no restrictions. It's an open source tool that you can basically tell it to do whatever it wants. It usually requires a lot of permissions. So I would run it inside a very restricted machine, VM or something like that. And you give it access to the internet, you hook it up to accounts that you either create for it or your accounts, and you start telling it what to do. You don't need anything proprietary in terms of tooling. And if you do need, you can teach it how to use your proprietary tool, right? So it's it has been creating waves, like literally. The name started with Open Claude, was it Open Claude? No, it was something Claude, and Claude Anthropic. They sent a cease and desist.
I'm sure they did.
Yeah, they sued them for name infringement. Then it changed name like a couple of times in like less than a week, and then now they're Open Claw, and like in a way I am hesitant because I have actual tools at work that do that, so I'm not using that. I don't remember if it was Anthropic or if it was somebody else. They created an online version of this that hooks up to a lot of API endpoints and stuff like that. I'll check that. I know it's something that came out this week, and I haven't dove into it, but that might be a possible solution as well. In any way, building the bot, it sounds like you're using some sort of framework that allows you to hook up things and do it for you. I would say download Cursor and ask Cursor to build a tool for you that does that and uses this and uses that and use the power here will be you do not need to open a GitHub issue or a discussion with the development team asking, hey, fix this, this isn't working for me. Because you'll have an agent that you just talk with it and you say, this isn't working. I noticed YTDLP stopped working. Can you use this instead? If there are changes in the command line, just fix it. And it'll go and it'll fix it. And you will have like a couple of videos that you test on, and you know the end result, and you will tell it, okay, so to test it, right? You're teaching it how to do its job. So to test it, you're going to download this file. You're going to run it through the process, and this is the output I'm expecting, right? And when you give it an outcome like that, it knows to try and change and try and change and try and change until it gets to the point that you set it up. If you give it a goal that is clear, there is nothing that will stop that thing.
Yeah. So it's right now I don't even have it in a framework. It's very and again, I have not committed anywhere near as much time as I'd like to this, but it's kind of piecemealed. So I've got one part doing one thing, and then it's manual at this point. Just I'm trying to figure out I don't exactly know what I'm looking for it to do. So I'm kind of piecing it all together to figure out, okay, what is my actual goal here? But yeah, I think I need to find some sort of and maybe it's this OpenClaw system where that can kind of click in all the puzzle pieces of U2YDPL, some sort of AV transcriber or a audio transcriber, some sort of FFmpeg branch that will find clips based on transcripts and things like that. So,
All right.
So, yeah,
Right.
start with a tool that will help you just do it by your guidance. That's my tip today. If
Okay.
if you would have asked me this 6 months ago, a year ago, I would say, yeah, there's probably an open source project somewhere that you can download and will know how to, transcribe from audio. And then there's another tool that you can. Today, I would say just download a good orchestration agent tool where you can just tell it what you want to do and it'll build the framework for you instead of using something that might not suit exactly what you need.
So you would start with Cursor. You'd go back and start with Cursor.
I would go to Cursor at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll give it a look.
Yeah.
Sorry, Amnon.
No, that's okay.
Everything all right?
Yeah, it's just that one channel is louder than the other, and if I try to do anything, it's causing a lot of noise, and I'm trying. It's fine. Don't worry.
Okay.
Katie, this is for you. California recently proposed AB 2047 that would require 3D printers sold in the state to be DOJ-approved models, equipped with firearm blocking technology, banning non-certified machines after 2029, and criminalizing efforts to bypass the software.
Gavin Newsom for president. Let's get it. Come on, California.
Yeah, it's
Good
California.
Lord.
Adafruit notes that unlike similar legislation proposed in Washington State and New York, California version adds a certification bureaucracy on top. State-approved algorithms, state-approved software control processes, state-approved printer models, quarterly list updates, and civil penalties up to $25,000 per violation. Now, this is 2029. I don't know that those printers that you have, I mean, there's probably going to be other states that are going to do this. They always follow somehow.
I don't know, man. This is incredibly
It's
restrictive.
ridiculous.
And the companies are, I mean, this will be, I go back to the discussion we had like a year and a half ago over some of these unfederated social media networks with the age restrictions in certain states, just
Right.
kind of pulling out and saying, we're not going to do it. I mean, I guess you'll just have to, these major 3D printing, Bamboo and all these others will just stop shipping to California.
Yeah.
Start a black market. Katie, move to Nevada and you can just bring the printers over the border. You start
I
selling
don't-
them in the
I
trunk.
I don't understand. So what are they doing? They're installing software? I don't know. Or I have to register all my printers? What?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's like a gun
It's-
registry, but for your 3D printer.
And no, but they have to put software in the printers that will do that. That will block
No,
it.
which no
and
company
then
is
you
gonna
have
do.
to register.
They're talking about certified
Yeah.
software. They're talking about whatever manufacturer wants to sell, they need to go through a certification process. That certification process, its goal is to make sure that you cannot print a gun
Right.
with,
Yeah, well,
I don't
There's
know.
got to be a better way to do that.
I know you can 3D
Um,
print like trebuchets and stuff. Does that count? And crossbows.
Crossbows
Exactly.
are dangerous as hell.
Yeah.
no.
I mean,
Um,
people in prison kill other people with a toothbrush. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
it's like I don't know. It's
And a
like
fork.
I get the goal, the motive, but yeah, something is completely flawed there.
It's
You know
yeah,
what
it-
I'm going to say? I don't get the goal and objective. Have you read any national stories of people killing one another with AI? I mean, I would assume that would blow up. And I'm not saying it has not happened, but this is like, have you read a
Well, I
story
mean,
about
hold
that?
on. The the CEO of United Healthcare,
United
right?
Health,
The
yeah.
guy assassinated him with a 3D printed gun.
Okay, yes, that was
Yeah.
a year. That was what
Yeah.
two
No,
years
I'm
ago.
not saying
Yeah.
it's common, but
No.
I mean access to guns, right? In general,
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
that's the motive. The way about it is, I agree, it's completely wrong. I am against. I want gun control. Okay, I know I'm probably the minority in this discussion here. I want gun control, but that's not the way. That's what I'm saying.
All right.
So
All right. Who's using Discord? Nick,
use
do you still
Discord.
use it?
Yeah. There's a major exodus going on right now, boy.
Well-
I tell you
yeah.
what.
What happened?
Yep. So, following backlash over Discord's global rollout of strict age verification checks,
Thanks,
users
EU.
are flocking to rival platform TeamSpeak. And
Bringing it back.
Huh?
I said we're bringing TeamSpeak back, baby.
Yeah.
Come on.
TeamSpeak?
2000,
Over and
2002 is here, Gal. Get in, loser.
Yeah. Has it evolved?
It has
TeamSpeak-
big time. It looks
Oh,
like
yeah?
Discord now. Yeah.
So they are overwhelming its servers.
yeah.
According to PC Gamer,
But hold on. TeamSpeak can be run self-hosted, no?
It can. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's blogging up their verification and like authentication servers. There's like hundreds of thousands of people dipping out of Discord. It's
Yeah,
hilarious.
there's a small project of enthusiasts. Come on.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
so they
Go
said
on.
that
Sorry, Amnon.
the Discord alternative said its hosting capacity has been maxed out in a
Yeah.
number of regions, including the US. As I saw for myself while testing out free Discord alternatives, it's hard to deny the appeal of TeamSpeak. It's quick and easy to make an account, join or start a group chat, or join a massive game-based community voice server. So it's easier to use it. I mean, yeah, I'm in computers. I know you guys helped me set up Discord. I cannot figure it out. It is complicated. The screen is busy. I never tried that.
You're not wrong, Amnon. You're not wrong, but you also haven't. So you give a young person today any email client, and it seems like a very useless piece of software. Okay, for them. Okay, it's just a rolling mishmash of threads that is easy, that is hard to manage, very slow in response. Discord is designed for people who jump through contexts a lot,
Well,
right? You're
that's
not
not me.
looking how to jump
No.
through context.
No.
Today, every workspace uses something that looks like Discord. Slack
Yeah,
works
Slack.
that way. Teams works that way. So it's the paradigm. It's foreign to you, but we are just engulfed in it.
Well,
I don't use Discord the client. I use Discord the communication channel, right? Because I moved all of my communication channels, most of them to beeper.com. So there's just the channels that I interact with, and this way it's just my noise is all in a single thing. But yeah, I get the age verification thing. It's interesting. I'm not against it. I understand why regulation is created like that, and a company like Discord, they make money out of the side effects of whatever is running and going on their servers. But yeah, it's interesting that an open source, we always see that, right?
Yeah.
And it never survives. How many of our peers have moved to Signal after the great WhatsApp debacle? I mean,
Mhm.
even I continue to use WhatsApp. The big services are not going away.
Yeah, they're not going away.
Yeah, but it's nice to see a project like TeamSpeak get some more get highlighted, and hopefully it'll even be better and actually, make some people do the right thing. So
All right.
I was shocked with how much TeamSpeak has evolved. I haven't used it in probably 15 years. And it used to just be an audio, it was an audio chat system. You had TeamSpeak, Ventrilo, Mumble. Those were the popular online gaming. They all predominantly were revolving around gaming audio chat services back in the early 2000s. And then Discord really added essentially forms, live audio, video communication, and the ability to do some of that chatting all into one app, and everybody jumped off of those platforms. I mean, they almost ceased to exist. But I guess TeamSpeak continued behind the scenes and have really continued to make something pretty cool. But the one of the issues that's coming up, Gal, is TeamSpeak. I don't know how often or how regularly you used it back in the day. There's always been a cost with it to host a server. There's always been a licensing fee, and that is still the case now. I think to have more than 10 or 12 people in a server, you as the host have to pay some sort of licensing fee, which has always been the case. And so that's its biggest barrier to entry, its biggest roadblock right now.
Well, anyway, let's go back to AI.
Maybe everybody will go back to Mumble.
Yeah, Mumble was completely open source, I think.
Yeah.
It started Friday when all U.S. federal agencies were ordered to immediately cease using Anthropic's AI technology.
Yeah.
After contract negotiations stalled when Anthropic requested prohibitions against mass domestic surveillance or fully autonomous weapons. But later Friday, there were even more repercussions. In a post to his 1.1 million followers on X, U.S. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth criticized Anthropic for what he called a master class in arrogance and betrayal, as well as textbook case of how not to do business with the United States government or the Pentagon.
Yep.
And I agree. I mean, you do business with the government. If you want to get in with the government, you have to follow some things and you have to give up some. Now, there was a story where they took out their pledge not to train.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Nick. You probably know more about it.
I mean, they were trying to dog walk the government into what they were going to do, and eventually, I guess it got to the highest levels of the Department of War with Pete Hegseth, and he said, "Go pound sand. Like, this is you want to." And I'll probably note a very lucrative multi-$100 million contract with the federal government. If you want this contract, this is how you have to do it. And then the Anthropic CEO put out some scathing post on X criticizing the federal government. I think it was yesterday or Friday. So a little bit of a pissing match back and forth at this point.
Well, I saw something on one of the news or program that was around, and he was like trying to wiggle his way back in and say, "No, we're not. We really want to help." And it wasn't like arrogance, but it was, help me, guys. How do I get back? Well, it's too late. And
yeah,
talking more about AI.
Well, did you see the follow up to this?
That they are. I saw something.
Yeah, the federal government is going to strike a deal with OpenAI. So
Anthropic
got totally screwed.
AI also, I mean, OpenAI said that they have the same rules. They'll follow the same rules as Anthropic, but they didn't tell the government you cannot do that. Yeah, they may have the rules, but they know how to deal with the government.
that would be the smart business decision.
Absolutely, it is. Absolutely, it is.
Anthropic.
Because you know, sooner or later, everybody's going to do this. This is just like in the beginning of every program. Oh, no, yeah, we're straight, we're honest, we don't want to affect this. But hey, it's a business. And the government business is very lucrative, like you said.
Yeah. And so big, major screw up by Anthropic's
Absolutely.
CEO.
And workplace grievances that once fit in a single email are now ballooning into 30-page documents stuffed with irrelevant historical detail, made up legal precedents, and citations to law from the wrong country. And UK employment lawyers say generative AI is the likely culprit. Anna Bond, legal director at Lewis Silkin, says the complaints she now sees sometimes cites Canadian legislation or fabricated case law. I mean, the people that are doing this and using AI, I guess, never heard about all these attorneys that went to court with made up cases and got fined and got thrown out and all that. I mean,
It's not people, it's the AI that didn't know that the AI lost.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the point is go over what you're putting there, and huge documents don't make you look better. I don't think.
There is a shortcut in chat, LGTM. Looks good to me.
Well, let's see what there was some. Oh yeah. 1 in 5 teens living in households making less than $30,000 a year say they do all or most of their homework with AI chatbots' help. A similar share of those in household making 30,000 to just under 75 annually say this. Fewer teens living in higher earning household, 7%, say the same. Now, I'm reading this and they tried to make it look like, hey, bad people, you can't do this.
I'm seeing that the lower income ones are using their resources much smarter.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it should be, and the thing that brought it up. So I'm doing my math homework with a calculator. Okay? So what? Does that mean that I'm not as good?
Well, there's something that's missing here. I am guessing the other aspect of this is lower income. They have less. They have much less ability to monitor their child use of technology in general.
True.
Right. To monitor anything. Right. Like be present in their child's. One of the things that is given light again and again and again is the toll of relying on LLM on our cognitive abilities, right? The moment instead of actually learning to do something, we rely on the output of somebody else to do it for us. Okay, let's call it cheating. Okay, let's call it.
That's what
I rely on the smart guy in the class to do the work for me. Okay.
Yeah, that's what the title
basically
said, that they're cheating.
So they're cheating themselves here of an education. That's the real problem. Because the moment you rely on the tool to do very simple tasks, then the more complex task that requires some cognitive understanding of the building blocks, right, is getting harder to achieve. So you'll get there later. You'll get there eventually. I'm not saying you won't, but you're probably going to get there later. You'll be stuck at second grade for a longer time as a human being. yes, you'll have a bot that can do all 12 grades for you, right? But then when it comes to college education, right, when you need to think for yourself in order to um, start, creating a much more complex concept of thought, will you be able to do that? So I get that it's concerning, and I don't have a solution, but this is the reality that we're gonna live in. We are losing critical thinking, right? Again and again and again, just by the influx of information. Social media has shown that to us. Most people will just go by whoever they prefer to follow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever they say, they take it as the gospel truth. So what happens when that thing is really smarter than you, right? And you're going to rely on it, and it's going. How will you be able to identify when it's wrong?
Well, I mean,
So
I'll go back to what I was told years and years ago when I came here and I heard about people doing school through to be online.
yeah,
And I'm saying, what? I mean, what's the with open book? Come on. I mean, then I mean, everything is given to you right there until a professor explained that even if you have open book, the fact that you are doing it, you are learning while getting the help of the book. That's how you're
yes,
learning.
that's different with an LLM, though.
Mm,
An
I
LLM
will
does the
say,
work for you.
I will say too that when I took online classes, they were all open book tests and everything, and kids still failed. So,
Yeah, of course.
yeah.
Of course, if you don't know how to think, you will fail. An open book is okay, you have the reference material, but you need to know how to look in the reference material. You need to know what in the reference material is relevant and not. Uh, but this is not a static knowledge silo, right? We're talking about me as the person. I have a lackey. I have an assistant that goes and does the work for me. I know how to manage the assistant, but it doesn't mean that I will be able to do anything like that. It doesn't show my skills. It shows my skill as a manager. Uh, People keep saying we do not know what skills our kid will need in the future. There's one skill I know everybody will need in the future, and that's managing, right? That is one skill that you need to learn today in order to be successful in 3 to 4 years. At least know how to manage, because one thing you are going to do if you get a job, right, is manage LLM bots. So
I
I don't know. But that doesn't mean, right, that letting the LLM bot do math for you will. It definitely means that the school system, the way it works right now, is getting irrelevant because it can't actually provide the education that is required.
uh, remember in the early days they were looking at how to find out who's cheating with AI, and they had all these programs being developed to
Yeah,
see.
that won't work.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, it's over. But here's another one. When one company asks job applicants to submit a video where they answer a question, most of the 300 responses were eerily similar. Reports the Washington Post with a company executive saying it was abundantly clear they'd used AI.
Hmm.
Job seekers are turning to AI to help them land jobs more quickly in a tough labor market. Employers say that's having an unintended consequence. Many applicants are looking and sounding the same.
But that was always the problem. The
Well-
AI, not AI. It's a lot more prevalent. But by the way, there's a lot of layoffs right now, right?
Yeah.
At least in the tech field, and I'm guessing in other fields as well, that are driven by either an overzealous adoption of AI in organizations. We've seen it backfire a couple of times, right?
Right. Mhm.
Those companies who fire then rush to rehire. But yeah, it's definitely affecting reality, and it's affecting reality from all directions. So
Yeah. And let's end the show with something a little bit more fun. A software engineer tried steering his robot vacuum with a video game controller. This is coming from Popular Science. But ended up with a sneak peek into thousands of people's homes.
yeah,
While building his own remote control app, he reportedly used an AI coding assistant to help reverse engineer how the robot communicated with DJI's remote cloud servers. But he soon discovered that the same credentials that allowed him to see and control his own device also provided access to live camera feeds, microphone audio, maps, and status data from nearly 7,000 other vacuums across 24 countries.
yeah. So the main reason the article came out was the guy used AI to do it,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
But the problem here is this is exactly the same type of articles we used to hear about breaches. It's just now somebody who has no concept at all at security research
Mhm.
stumbled
Yep.
upon a very insecure server, right? Doesn't matter that it's an AI at this point, right? It's like the big deal here is DJI's infrastructure is completely blown open. So
It's
it'll be interesting how much time it'll take them to patch that. So
or if
hopefully
they ever
they'll do it
will.
quickly.
They probably say,
Oh,
"Oh,
they
that
have
was a
to.
fluke. Let's
Now
not
they
worry."
have to.
Maybe. All right. It's this time of day. Anything else anybody has to add?
I'm waiting for the LLM bot that will do a house move. We're
A
moving
house? You mean
Shai, and
build?
it's no
Yeah,
moving
what
somebody from apartments.
Oh.
what
Oh.
was that Jetson robot's name?
Maggie, something
Uh,
like that.
Maggie was the maid, I think. Yeah, but there was like, we need
Yeah.
something like
Yeah,
that.
it was a robot maid.
Yeah, it was a robot made.
Yeah, that would be cool. Well, that would be a ruthless determination on what you need and don't need.
Rosie.
Rosie, that's it.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Ah,
One of these days.
I'm helping someone now move from a house to a very small apartment. And well, I'm not involved in the deciding what to take. I am helping prepare the new place for him, but I understand what's going on and how hard it's going to be to try to scale down on the. It's like going from 100 things to 10 things.
Huh?
What do you pick? So
Yeah. All right. That was fun. Is that it? No, nobody else has any other
well,
comments?
I'm sorry I wasn't saying much here, but I was doing a little research on the side here. The
On which side?
volunteer organization that Pam and I are here in Apex, the community policing group
Yeah.
that we work with, we're looking at child ID options. There's a company that provides a wonderful turnkey kit, but it starts at like $6,000.
What?
And yeah, it's crazy. And then you can't fix your own stuff. Yeah, anything that happens, they send you a PC, a printer, a scanner, a laminator, all that stuff. But when you, and a database, which is nice. But the, if you need anything repaired, you got to send the PC back to them. So trying to find options out there that might be viable, but it's tough to find. There are paper kits you can get that have all the information in it. You fill it out, you save the records, take a DNA sample, photographs and that. But this is a nice system you can bring to an event, have kids come up, get the information from the parents, a laminated card, done. So it's just so expensive.
Well, learn how to do it yourself.
Well, that's what they're looking at. This next event that's going to have this is just going to be literally be paper kits that you open, help the parents fill them out, give
Yep.
them your documentation.
All right. Anything else? All right. Well, thanks, Spence. Thanks, Nick. Gal. Katie. And good morning, Kathy, Hannah, Nabil, Mac, Norm, Donna, Dina, Mati, Eleanor, Sarid, Yaakov, and Yael. Thank you, everybody, for tuning to Computers 2K Now. We hope you enjoyed and maybe learned something from our time together. Remember to practice safe computing. Back up your hard drive and update your virus scanner. And change any same passwords wherever you use them. We'll be back here next Sunday at 9, but you can always reach us at computers2know.com. Monday through Friday, 5 to 6 a.m., Nick hosts the Carolina Journal News Hour on WBT in Charlotte, and it's on 107.9 FM. YouTube, just go to YouTube and search for Carolina Journal News Hour to get all the details and download some past. Monday through Friday, 7 to 8 a.m., Nick hosts the Nick Craig Show at nickcraig.com. So just go to nickcraig.com and get all the info and download past episodes. Have a great week, and we'll be back together next week.
You are tuned to the Nissan Communications Network. If you tuned in too late, you can always watch each program in its entirety or download an MP3 audio file of it in the archives section at nissancommunications.com. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, and like us on Facebook. Sponsored by StreamingGear.com and DeltaForce.net.